The Beat Generation takes its name from a single word, and most accounts of that word treat it as a label, a name that stuck, the way names do. What almost no one discusses is the relationship between that word and what it describes, not the name on the outside, the condition on the inside. Because the word beat in its original meaning, the meaning Kerouac and John Cleland Holmes were searching for, does not describe a style or sensibility, it describes a state of being, a specific one. And when you understand that state, the three lives at the center of the new vision stop looking like colorful biography and start looking like a single archetype. That state and its direct connection to what Cassidy, Corso, and Carr actually became is what this video is about.
Après ça, j'ai été dans la petite église de Saint-Jean-d'Arc. Puis d'un coup, j'ai dit, ah, beat, béate.
Béatitude.
Oh.
Ça a changé de sens, alors, dans votre esprit.
Beato en italien.
Mhm.
Beato. Béatifique en français.
The word came from the streets, from jazz musicians, from hustlers, from a Times Square drifter named Herbert Huncke, who introduced it to Kerouac, Ginsberg, and Burroughs in the winter of 1945. In that world, beat meant exhausted, down and out, at the bottom, with nowhere further to fall. Ginsberg heard the musical sense in it, on the beat, syncopated, alive in the rhythm, even while depleted. Kerouac went further. He insisted the word carried a second meaning inside the first, beatitude, beatific, the blessing that arrives not despite the emptiness, but through it, to be beaten down to the point where the ego runs out of things to defend, and in that cleared space something else becomes possible, not contentment, something more disorienting than that, presence, vision, a direct encounter with what is actually there. Those two meanings are not in tension, they are sequential. The second is only available through the first. You arrive at the beatific by being genuinely beaten, not as a metaphor, but as a lived condition. And that sequence, that specific passage from depletion to presence, is exactly what the three lives at the center of the new vision demonstrate. Arthur Rimbaud, the French poet who died at 37 and whose work Lucien Carr carried with him at Columbia, had named the mechanism decades earlier. To encounter reality as if for the first time, habitual perception has to be broken. The crust of the ordinary has to be stripped away. Rimbaud called it the systematic derangement of the senses, and he proposed it as something the poet could do deliberately, through exhaustion, through substances, through ecstatic experience. Cassidy, Corso, and Carr did not do it deliberately, at least initially. Life did it for them. Their ruptures, each different in character, performed the derangement that Rimbaud prescribed, and what that derangement dissolved in each case was the two central obstacles to the new vision. When you have been beaten down to nothing, when the past has no further claim on you, there is nothing left to protect from the judgment of convention, and there is nothing left to perform. What remains is simply what is true, expressed without mediation, without the armor of social acceptability. This is what the new vision called naked expression, not a technique, a condition. Three lives, three entirely different ruptures, one condition. In the next video, we look at each of them in turn, and at exactly how the breaking produced what it produced. Because beat, in the sense that actually explains these figures, was never a posture, it was a biography.